The cost of health care is a societal issue, which the Deaconess Foundation made it a priority to assist the community with this year. The mission of the Deaconess Foundation, established in 1889, is to provide improved health for the citizens in the St. Louis area, and they have stepped up to do just that. In January, donors from the United Church of Christ and the Deaconess Foundation partnered to donate $100,000 to help residents in the St. Louis area pay off their medical debt. Here to tell us more about that great act of kindness and more about the foundation is President and CEO, the Reverend Dr. Starsky Wilson. Thank you for being with us today.
I'm glad to be here. Anytime to be with you, Jade. Thank you.
Oh, you know, it's my great pleasure. You have been at this work. You have done so many tremendous things. Let's reintroduce folks to the Deaconess Foundation and the mission as you see it from your vantage.
Yeah, so the mission of Deaconess Foundation really is improving the health of the St. Louis metropolitan community and its people. For the last 20 years, just over 20 years, that focus has been on children, vulnerable children, children in poverty, and trying to advance child well-being. So in as much as we do advocacy work, we fund advocacy and organizing around children's issues, we also recognize that deals with a range of things, right? So kids don't grow up in programs, kids don't grow up in schools, they grow up in homes and families. And so we got to care for the things that are impacting families. And 1 in 5 children in our community grow up in poverty. We recognize that healthcare is a remarkable drag. Medical bills are the leading cause of bankruptcy in the country. Wow. So when we talk about making sure that those families have economic mobility, have access to comprehensive health care, we come to this intersection that millions of Americans find themselves at, which is medical debt that lead to them hearing from debt collectors. So we're really excited to partner with United Church of Christ and with our friends and compatriots in the life of the faith community in order to engage and remove that burden from so many St. Louis.
Yeah, well, talk about intersection. You and Pastor Tracy,
that's my buddy,
have intersected here with many other partners as well. But man, what firecrackers are going off with that partnership? Tell me how that happened.
Yeah, so Tracy and I have been working together in any number of spaces, from the arts to health and human services, when we wore different hats in both healthcare and in fundraising in previous lives. But in this space, part of what happened was she began to see part of what's happening across the country. This organization called RIP Medical Debt, it's a foundation and nonprofit that's based in New York. Has been accumulating and aggregating debt from individuals who are headed into bankruptcy across the country, and primarily faith communities, from Pentecostal church in Los Angeles to a mega church, Black Baptist church in Atlanta, have been working with them in order to absolve that debt and to forgive it, and to the tune of $1 billion. And so really, she began to do this work with Christ the King over a year ago. They put up their thermometer and began to raise funds. And as she saw that vision growing, using her platform as the Associate General Minister of the United Church of Christ to say, this can be a denomination-wide initiative. And when, after it launched in October last year in Chicago, she wanted to come and make it a regional effort in St. Louis. Of course, Deaconess was on board. It met our mission. And we put up a challenge grant. We said, there's a short period of time, but if we can put up $40,000, that if congregants in the pews would make contributions, we'd match them dollar for dollar. And that helped to expand the impact. And so that's kind of how we came to this particular moment. And we're glad that it's going to touch the lives of over 11,000 families in the St. Louis region.
Incredible. What a quick turnaround and initiative. So people must have gotten excited to get on board. And for that tremendous number, they stepped up and backed up what they believed in with their finances.
Yeah, it's absolutely something where people can, as we say in the church, where your treasure is, there shall your heart be also. And so it's a way that people could put their resources in a place to lead them out into mission on behalf of others in the community.
I love it. Well, we're going to talk some more about those families, and I want you all to stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with the Deaconess Foundation right after this break. Stay close.